What's good, Twitch? And yo, shout out to YouTube. If you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Um, this is basically the news where I'm coming in and I'm giving y'all the news. Y'all know how it is, how the drill goes. Um, basically I'm give y'all what I can, and then you'll have to come over to my Twitch, alright? Because the last bit's gonna be on the Twitch. So the top secret stuff. But yeah. Um Shout out to y'all, man. Much love to you. God bless you and your families. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for enjoying, you know, everything that I do. Thanks for supporting it. Much love to you. Um, I just wanted to get that out there. And sorry I didn't stream yesterday or the day before. It's just thunderstorming and then just Father's Day. Happy late Father's Day, by the way. If you celebrate that. Um, But yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Uh, I hope y'all having a terrific day. Hope you slept good and everything. You feel me? Sunday breaking news. Basically, this is gonna be about Sunday and today. Okay, so some apocalyptic signs being seen. Basically, that there's hailstorms that hit twice in places, and then like all kinds of red tide off the coast. And then you got 50,000s or more fish that are dying. That's signs right there. All right, but anyway, let's get it started. So basically, it's gonna be like about New Zealand got hit with a 6.3. Um, Not the only place getting hit with earthquakes though. Uh, they thought they were gonna get hit with a tsunami, but they didn't. God bless that they didn't. Um, so brand new president. Ooh, this president is crazy, guys. Habib Rashid or something like that. They call him the AKA the Butcher, because he basically tortured, hung people, and killed like thousands of people, hundreds of people, and he's basically a bad guy. And the USA already sanctioned him. USA sanctioned Iran, plus going, uh, plus the Biden administration is seeking out for this. They're basically seeking out to do a nuke deal with him, which is insane. I don't understand that, but the reasons they sanction him is because he had crimes against humanity, and also Biden put sanctions on Russia, and yeah, that's just crazy though, because if you really think about it, man, you got Bennett. He's over there. He's for Israel 24/7. He's for not splitting the country, which is a two-state solution, and that's not good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then with Rashid, um, Habib Rashid or whatever. He's like the next Osama bin Laden type stuff, like Hussein. Like he's like the next, like that person, like Udam Hussein, whatever his name was back in the day. But this guy, Habib Rashid or whatever his name is, I can't pronounce these Middle Eastern names, guys, honestly. But he's Iran gets their weapons and missiles from Russia, and then you got Habib Rashad, aka the Busher, and the Bidens over there giving seeking a nuke deal with them. So this ain't looking good. This ain't looking good. If you add up everything I just said, it's not looking good. Also, there's a red tide off the coast of Florida, which is like the sea turned red because of the fish dying and stuff like that. And that's a Jose. or Hosea. I know I'm not saying it right, but it's a Hosea prophecy. More than 50,000 fish just washed up on the banks of Kansas City as well in Missouri in a stream. I think the creek's called Bush Creek or Creek. And then you got UFO and alien spaceships documented by the released by the federal government, according to the Skywatch TV, Derek Gilbert. And then you got tropical storm that came through and hit parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, and then Alabama got hit the hardest. Tornadoes, hailstorms, and in Switzerland. 12 people end up dying, and then 50 trailers got destroyed at a mobile home park in Alabama. And also, there was a nuclear power plant that got shut down in Iran. And the question mark is like, who was it that hit it? Was it hit by Israel? And then by Bennett, the new prime minister of Israel now, is he says no to he's basically disagreeing with the Biden administration doing the new deal with Iran. He's saying no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do it. He's telling the people, like he's telling he's telling the UN, he's telling everybody in Europe, he's telling the United States that they need to wake up, man, that this is not the way to go to do that new deal. You know what I'm saying? Plus he's saying wake up with the two-state solution bull crap that's going on. So we seeing that, right? And I'm gonna carry us to the Bible right now and give y'all some scriptures on Amos or something like that. I'm not saying it right. I know I'm not. Stay hydrated. Whew. And yes, I got a new Bible. It's the King James version, baby. This one right here, if you learn it real good, you'll, man, it's what you want. It's hard to read though, if you're not used to it. But I don't know, man. Something about it, man. It just makes you wanna learn it and study it and know it. Well, to me at least. So we go to 1085. Let's go there now. And we're gonna be on Amos or Amos, however you say it. We're gonna be at chapter 3 and then 7. It's basically like blessing and cursings that that we're seeing right now. We're seeing blessings and we're seeing cursings. Like, curse of a land or something like that. Depends on what's going on. Like for example, I was saying like earlier how if you bless Israel, then blessings be upon you. And if you curse Israel, then you're gonna, basically be cursing yourself. Because it's God's time place, it's God's apple. You know what I'm saying? It's where Jesus Christ walked around and stuff. Jesus Christ being the Son of God. And that was his son, in Nazareth and Jerusalem, Bethlehem, stuff like that. It's God's time place, the Holy Land. Um, okay, and it says on Amos chapter 3, verse 7, and also I have withholding the rain from you when there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city, and caused it not to rain upon another city. One piece was rained upon, and the piece were upon it rained not, withered, or withered. So two or more or three cities wandered onto, which is two, one city to drink water, but they were not satisfied. Yet have ye not returned to me, saith the Lord. So basically, what that's saying is like one place is gonna get rain, the other places, and then other places. So like blessings and cursings. It just depends on like what they said and what they did in they past, I guess. Let's go to Amos. Amos. Actually, I think I did that backwards. Yeah, I did do that backwards. It says, Hans chapter 3:7. It says, "Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret upon, well, to His servants the prophets." Okay, and then it says chapter 4:7 through 8. It says, "And also have withholding the ring from you, and when there were not 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city, and caused it not to rain upon another city. One piece was rained on, and the piece were upon it rained not, withered." So 2 or 3 cities wandered to one city to drink water, but they were not satisfied. Yet have, let me see what, have you not returned to me, saith the Lord. Basically, so ye like ye is like you. So but it does mean it's plural. It's not singular, it's plural. So it's basically like the Lord speaking to several people. But yeah, that's basically telling you that there's gonna be blessings and then cursings. You know what I'm saying? Just like I explained earlier. And we're entering those times now. Okay, so there's gonna be blessings and then there's gonna be cursings. Okay, now let's continue with the news. I was just letting you know what's going on, what's gonna be happening today in this news. Of course, it says Biden administration is removing / pulling out 8 Patriot missiles batteries out of Israel. Why, you ask? Claim to be protecting Israel. Okay? But yet you got a guy that's in Iran that's saying death to Israel, but yet you're pulling out these Patriot missile batteries that are basically, keep listening to me. Washington Post and the Jerusalem Post sharply reducing. This is coming from Washington Post and the Jerusalem Post. They're saying that there's pulling out or sharply reducing several numbers of U.S. anti-missile systems, talking about a major realignment, quote unquote, in the Middle East. Of course, they're gonna say the Middle East, but mainly Israel. And it basically affects Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Israel. And on the other hand, you got a guy in Iraq that is gonna make presidency. He's gonna be put as the president, and he's talking about death to Israel, death to Israel. But yet they're removing these anti-missiles. That don't sound too good, if you ask me. That don't sound too good at all. So you got that going on. And then it says a man in North Carolina stole 22 cars in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I think that's a city or a town. A man in North Carolina stole 22 cars in Fayetteville, North Carolina before they got him. So you talking about Fast and Furious? That man was on his A game, cuz for real, man. Until he got caught, and it was a different story. But yeah. I-65, which is I think it runs along it goes like to Florida to Alabama, I believe. I-65, I'm not sure about that. But a van hit another car and it went flying and went airborne. And the sad thing, now this is a sad story, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know this is sad, man. Some sad stuff. Okay. So it killed 8 kids. And guess what the kids was, bro? They was abused children. It was a youth van for children that's been abused. And they was just taking a ride out to Florida, enjoy their vacation. And then they was, they didn't think about this storming and stuff, the tropical storm that hit Alabama and all that. Well, they were heading to Alabama and they got into it. And then, boom, you know what I'm saying? And then also it killed a man and his baby in the other car. So it's a tragic story, man. It was a youth van for abused children, and they were heading back to their youth homes and stuff like that from Florida to Alabama, and they spent a week in Florida, and they were on the I-65, man, heading back, and then they got caught in that storm. It was raining, it was hailing in tornadoes, and the ages were from 4 to 17, and then they said that 2 more people got that died from a tornado or something from the tropical storm. So like all around it was 12 people that died from the tropical storm, which is tragic. And what's good with it, Jamie? What's good with it? Shout out to Jamie, that's my boy, man, from Ireland. Bro, I got something to talk to you about, man. You got some nice preachers in Ireland, bro. I swear you do. Some good preachers, man. Um anyway, let's continue with the story, with the news. So you got 2 massive hailstorms in Switzerland, which is extremely, extremely and intensely rare, by the way. And that's wild. I can't believe there was a massive hailstorm in Switzerland. But little did y'all know, I think Biden and Putin met there. And then I think after that, that's when it had that hell experience. And then plus they got CERN there. So, blessings and cursings, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely something you gotta think about, stuff like that, taking into consideration. But anyway, a red tide happened that hit in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it ran along the coastline for 35 miles, like 35, you know what I'm saying, along the coastline. And it said there was 100 thousands of fish that died, and it basically made the red tide that I was telling y'all about. This thing going mic. I don't know what's going on with it. I just felt like I seen some type of hair on there, boy, and that just nags me. When I see like a cat hair or something on there, I'll just be like that, and just these things happen. Anyway, let's get to the earthquakes, man. We got a lot of earthquakes, and you talking about CERN and Hart going to work, man. They going to work on Puerto Rico, bro. Just listen how many times Puerto Rico got hit when I call out these numbers in these places. Just listen. So you got 4.6 in the Philippines. You got a 4.3 in Argentina. You got a 4.2 in Chile. You got a 3.2 in King Cove, Alaska. You got a 3.0 in National Park in Alaska. You got a 4.5 in the South Sandwich Island region. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. 4.5 in the Philippines again. 2.5 in Puerto Rico. That's the first Puerto Rico. Okay. 4.6 in Indonesia. 2.6 again in Puerto Rico. And then again 4.9 in South Sandwich Islands, and then a 2.7, a 3.8, a 3.2, and a 3.0, all earthquakes in Puerto Rico. Yet again. And